Over 100 years ago, an unknown author wrote a fascinating children's book with the interesting title of The Chance World. It was about a make-believe world in which everything happened by chance. Think about it. The sun might come up in the morning, or maybe not. If a person jumped up in the air, they might come right back down, or they might just keep on going. At 32 degrees Fahrenheit, water might freeze, and then later in the day, it might boil. There was really no way of knowing what was going to happen beforehand. In this chance world, if a farmer planted a field of wheat, it might come up as wheat, or it might come up as tomatoes or pumpkins or poison ivy. But really, what if you couldn't rely on principles like gravity, light, electricity, or temperature? What happened yesterday or an hour ago would be no indication of what might happen tomorrow or even 5 minutes from now. Without the laws of nature, life would basically be chaos. Well, I'm happy to inform you that we don't live in such a chance world. We live in a world of order governed by laws. A farmer, to have a successful harvest, must work in harmony with these laws by having good seed, fertile soil, and sufficient moisture. If they violate these laws, they may expect failure. This is known as the law of the harvest, which states that you reap what you sow. If you sow generously, you reap generously. But if you sow sparingly, yep, you reap sparingly. It's a law that you can count on, just like you can rely that water will freeze at 32 degrees and boil at 212 degrees. The sun comes up in the morning even if behind clouds, and what goes up must come down because of the forces of gravity. This law of the harvest, reaping what you sow, applies in virtually every area of life, be it exercise, finance, health, or relationships. I might point out that good intentions won't get you very far either. Some people try to fake it or take shortcuts. I saw a young man in his 30s on a TV reality show called Botched. He admitted to having 132 separate surgical procedures. His face lacked expression like a mask. Instead of regular exercise for a healthy body, he had implants put in his biceps, triceps, pectorals, calves, and buttocks. He looked like he had been working out for years, but the fake muscles were all for show. They weren't real. They were basically non-functional. It's no secret that many people in America live beyond their means, committing slow financial suicide with their credit cards. I just heard a report on the radio stating that 3/4 of the people of retirement age have less than $30,000 in savings. Not exactly what makes for a carefree, fun-filled golden years. It's a tough lesson learned too late that you rarely can harvest what you haven't sown. Similarly, lasting relationships don't just happen, and sowing a poor diet makes for a poor health harvest. The law of the harvest doesn't really lend itself to cramming the night before like we could for a quiz in school. Now let me finish with a statement attributed to the Nike company. Quit making excuses, putting it off, complaining about it, whining about it, crying about it, believing you can't, worrying if you can, waiting until you're older, skinnier, richer, braver, or all around better. Suck it up, hold on tight, say a prayer, and make a plan. Just do it. In other words, you want to have a great harvest? Get sowing. Now, if you'd like to see other awesome videos like this one, head on over to youtube.com/Sunwarrior Tribe and subscribe.